Domanick, how hard was it to, knowing the season you had last year, coming in and then getting injured in camp and then missing the first 3 games of the season?
It was tough, man. I felt like I had a really good fall camp coming into the season. I was excited. Unfortunately, that I broke my hand in our scrimmage. I played through it, though, the whole entire scrimmage. Didn't realize I broke my hand. This is my first time ever really breaking something. But I talked to God, man, don't let no doubt creep into my mind. Stay positive. And just when I got my chance to come back and be able to play, man, I was going to take that opportunity.
And with the linebacking core just kind of being thin, you've been able to work yourself back in there right away. Can you talk about that group and how it's a small one and how it's come together?
Man, we stick close, man. We all love one another, man. We all enjoy being around each other. We try to do everything we can to be the best versions of ourselves, and we try to lead the defense, man. We always say we want to run that show, just be fast, physical, man, and just do our job.
All right, you get to play. What was the first thought that pops in your head when you look down and you see your hand in this big club form?
It was actually surprising at first. I've never had to play with something like this ever. Playing football, man, all my time playing, man, it was really weird. I had to adapt and adjust to it, but I feel like I've been getting a lot comfortable playing with it on. So it's just adapting, man, just playing and moving on.
What kind of adaptations did you have to make in terms of maybe like your tackling style?
Man, I feel like I haven't really had to change much about that, man. Just being fast and physical, man, and when I get the ball carried, just get them down, and just being physical, tackling through, getting chest on body, and not trying to arm tackle. I feel like it's made me better at just getting on body and just making plays when I can get to them, and just being free.
The defense these last 3 games, opponents have had 12 trips to the red zone and they've only scored 5 times. How much confidence does that give you going forward, and even knowing that, hey, if they make it this far down, we can still stop them?
Just bend but don't break mentality. Believing in what we can do, man. It's just fighting for the last inch of grass and turf. Just doing what we can. Being fast, physical, just knowing what the play is, knowing how we're going to get attacked, and just having confidence that we're going to be able to get off the field and just get the ball back to our offense.
How surprised were you with that interception at the end of the UMass game?
I've never done something like that ever, so it's a once in a lifetime. I feel like for me, just being confident and playing fast and trusting my instincts, and just letting it take over. There was a screenplay that was coming, and the ball carrier was there, and the ball was just there, and I just reached out and just snagged it. And when I came down with it, it's just excitement and joy, man. I appreciate all my teammates, man. Always really just keeping my head up high, man. They call me Bam Bam, and with the club, the love for the game, man. It's just love teammates, man. They loved me up, man. That's all I can ask for, man. I appreciate all of them for that.
All right, thanks, Domanick.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, Michael, just take us back to December last year and what led you to coming to Western Michigan.
Yeah, so I entered the transfer portal, had an extra year, and I decided I wanted to go in the portal as an athlete or tight end, just use my athletic ability to continue playing football. And Coach Moulton reached out to me, had great conversations throughout the process, and big thing was just figuring out schooling-wise what was the right fit. And talking to him, he worked out with academic people and made it possible for me to be here in the spring. And so it was a no-brainer to get here early in the spring, especially transitioning positions. Coach Taylor's a great coach. Coach Bell's been awesome OC. And so, it was a no-brainer for me to come here to Western Michigan.
You got banged up a little bit in the spring and then in fall camp, and you finally get your chance out there. How did it feel? Granted, it's in a new position and things are a little different for you.
It felt great to be out there competing, doing whatever I can for the team to have success. We got great tight ends in the room, and we're all doing our part just for the team and doing our job. And it was great to get out there.
You talk about the tight end group. I mean, there's 4 of you guys get used with regularity, and that's not something you see often. How has that given you confidence in the offense and then your group as a whole to perform?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we want a lot of pressure on our backs and a lot of responsibility, and Coach Moulton's an amazing coach, and Coach Bell really tries to use us and put us in positions to have success, and it's been great. And we got a lot of leaders in that group and a lot of older guys who've been around, and they've been great for me personally, just transitioning to this position and helping me learn and answering my questions as much as possible.
You've gotten some time to line up there in the shotgun. Have the QB instincts kind of ever kicked in back there? Or you just, oh, I got to go do my block or I got to go run my route?
Definitely comfortable back there for sure, but whatever the play calls for me to do to have success, willing to do it.
With Brock settling in at quarterback, it really puts an onus on, you guys and the wide receivers to be kind of heads up and be able to block downfield when he takes off. How has that been an adjustment, knowing that you were a big running quarterback, when you were at Colgate?
Yeah, I think it's awesome having Brock at quarterback, somebody who's dual threat and can do it all. I think puts a lot of stress on the defense. And then we really pride ourselves in effort, so it's nothing new to be continuing our blocks downfield so that guys can get more yards.
How'd that first touchdown feel?
Felt great to get in the paint. That was a great throw by Brock to avoid the defender. Just great to get in there and celebrate with the guys and help the team win.
All right, thanks, Michael.
Yeah, thank you.